Warriors.
Come out to play. Fucking out. That was a sick film already back in the day.
Yeah, it was alright still.
Do you reckon it'd be as good if they remade it now?
I reckon that Eminem music video was better than the film. The D12
Which one?
one.
The D12 fight music.
Yeah.
Oh, that was sick. That was my jam back in the day. Don't get me gassed here.
I forgot about that, you know.
Don't get me gassed, man. That was sick. That was. Jeez. I might have to play that later.
I can't really remember it. I can remember it being decent still. I can't remember if it was Jiggy. I remember it.
Oh,
not in its entirety though. I just remember them being on the train. That made me watch Warriors, to be fair.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah. So you didn't watch it before? Nah, I'd seen Warriors before that.
That made me watch it, man.
Bad boy film, like some stupidly sick film for back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like now, you look back at it and think it's all right.
The concept was, man, just fighting everyone, jumping on the train on that.
I think if the it's one of them classics, and it like if they remade it, it wouldn't be as good. But to sit there and watch it now, you'll find all the flaws in the recordings and be like, oh, they could have done this better, or they could have changed that. Classic though, really.
Changed, done it. Cinematics has changed. Could you look at everything with a view from now rather than a view at the time, innit?
I guess. You know what? That might have been where the idea of the Purge come from.
What, Warrior?
Yeah, if you think about it, because they've got to make it back to their city, innit? And they've got to go through all these different gangs, and they've got to fight all these different types of gangs and people in masks and blah 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 blah. That could have sparked a creative idea into the Purge.
I watched the Purge though. I didn't like it, man.
Have you? Which one? All right. Here we go. Which ones have you watched?
I don't know. I think it's the first one.
Oh man, right. You're letting yourself down. The first one. That's the one where they're in the house.
Your first film is supposed to be your signature film. Like, yo, that was sick. I wonder if there's gonna be a part 2. You gotta have a whack first film and make a second one.
This is the problem, though. I enjoyed it, but the thing with the first one, it left everyone thinking like, I know what's going on inside the house, but I want to see what's going on outside the house. So that's what everybody took away from the film, innit?
Yeah.
So then it brings to the question, was it creative marketing, whether they did that intentionally to draw people in for the next one because people are going to talk about it and it's a good conversation starter, or whether that was their original idea and that was where they were going to draw the line?
Didn't draw me in.
It drew me in.
You hear me? I'm out. I'm not in this. I watched this like now.
The first one was, yeah, I know what you're saying. The second one was good. The third one was decent. This last one, fam, I wanted to pull my hair out. It's fucking stupid. It's dumb. It's beyond the joke. There's 4, man.
Okay, no.
Well, this last one's beyond the joke.
Give filmmakers money for anything nowadays, isn't it?
I think you should watch the 4th one just so we can have freaking a conversation, man.
What, skip 2 and 3?
Yeah, just watch the 4th one so we can have the conversation about it. Cause it's stupid, man. He's taking a piss. Like, it's how the Purge started, and it's in the ghetto, and it's based around black people, basically. And then there's just one geezer. He's just a bad boy, can do everything, but he's stupid.
No, to be fair, yeah.
Unrealistic.
I watched the one, and there's like a gang of girls in there, innit? What one's that?
That's the 3rd one.
Yeah, there's like
the gang of girls in the shop, and they're all dancing outside the shop and going nutty. Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck's this?
Yeah, that's the 3rd one. The second one was all right. The second one was good. I like the second one. I like the geezer in the God mask and the cross mask. Like, the second one was more realistic than the 3rd. The 3rd was borderline getting silly. The 4th one was just stupid, done. Unrealistic, and it just took the fun out of it.
I don't think any of them are realistic, man.
No. Shots fired.
That's why it's all whack, man.
That's fair enough, and it just depends.
So you're saying you think that was based off the Warriors?
I just think it just sparked the thought in my head, like they could have pulled that story from watching the Warriors.
Could be related, to be fair.
Yeah, it could just be like a random thought, and it's like, all right then, bam.
They might as well remake the Warriors now, man. They're remaking everything else, making it shit, innit?
Yeah, true. True.
They one good remake. I'm trying to think of what a remake that's been good on it. There ain't one, you know.
Nah. Off the top of my head, I'm dead. Can't think of any, bruv.
Ruined Terminator, ruined RoboCop.
Oh, don't. That hurt my soul, that did.
Sick, bro.
Yeah.
RoboCop used to be the one.
Yeah, but you watch it now, bro. The deadest graphics. The deadest graphics.
Like some clay machine and
yeah.
strings in the background.
Action figure and that.
That's sick, bro.
That was dead in his tinfoil suit.
Yeah. Robo. It's
No,
still sick, though.
He was sick, man. What was his name? Murphy. Murphy
Yeah,
was a G, man.
No, he's a G star.
Absolute G. Soldiered through.
Capital G.
But Dead the films.
Yes,
Come here to talk about something specific. Do you want to break the topic or shall I?
Go on. You got your built up momentum in it, so I'll let you carry on.
Momentum.
Yeah.
Fucking RYANAIR.
No.
RYANAIR, bruv. What's going on?
Fuck RYANAIR, man. But racist RYANAIR.
Racist Ryan. Is that what you got? Racist Ryan. Someone needs to sit down, racist Ryan, and have a word, man.
They need to have a word with themselves, man.
They need to have a word with that fucking geezer.
So what's the backdrop?
What's his name?
Context.
David Mesher.
David Mesher.
Fucking racist cunt. No, I'll take it back.
Why did it even start over though? Didn't the woman like brush his leg as she was sitting down? Or something like that?
Right. He's released an apology today.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Basically. Right, backstory of the frigging story. Video popped up online as usual of a man racially abusing an elderly woman who's just a passenger on another RYANAIR flight. He was refusing to sit next to her, racially abusing her. So we can only assume that it come down to her colour from what he was saying. Anyway, flash forward, he's released an apology. And he's saying that he asked her if he basically saying he told her he needed to get to the window seat and she ignored him. And he asked her again. She didn't acknowledge him whatsoever. And then he got aggy with her basically. And then got to his window seat. And that's when all the abuse started. Obviously, I think it's bullshit turning around and saying it's just a fit of temper. Like, no one deserves to be spoken to like that. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And then he's turning around and saying he's not racist. So if he's not racist, why would colour even spring into mind as an insult? Is that not the definition of racism?
But he was insulting her before that though, innit? To be fair.
Yeah, he was.
He's saying like if she don't go to another seat, I'll push her to another seat. And then her daughter say something like, she's disabled, and he said they don't fucking care. She's disabled.
Yeah.
And he called her what?
An ugly black bastard.
That's jokes, man. See how you put the two together, ugly and black bastard. Do you get me?
Exactly.
So realistically, his apology is worthless, isn't it? Because he didn't apologize after the flight, and he didn't apologize after the flight, and nowhere during the flight did he come to his senses and realize, you know what, that was dumb. I'm gonna apologize.
What, 5-6 days after the backlash he's probably getting on social media?
It's not a sincere apology. It's a safe face.
Of course.
Try and save face if you can even save face at all, to be fair.
And his apology come from this morning, the ITV this morning.
Yeah.
They spoke to him and got his apology, and it seemed to me like his apology was coerced out of him.
Yeah,
like,
he has been coerced.
Really it's like they've found him, they've gone to speak to him, and been like, it's probably best that you apologize. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man's getting airtime on that.
Big time for what? You know what I mean? For what?
It's not a sincere apology. It's fake.
It's disgusting, really. And you can see it in his face. You know, when you can see in someone's face, he's probably pissed off that he's even having to apologize just because he wants to lead a normal, peaceful life.
Because think people see him in the street and it like getting abused, fam.
Yeah, of course. He ain't be able
Do
to
you
leave
get
the house for a minute. Good though.
do you get me? Because your face is known as that racist geezer from the Ryanair flight, innit? Or prejudice geezer,
Yeah,
however you
yeah,
classify
yeah.
it.
Yeah, and that's all he's ever gonna be now from now on.
But all you're saying is simply lost his temper, innit?
Yeah, that's
But
not
this
a simple case of losing your temper. Are you mad?
but that's a character trait, innit? You know, like when people lose their temper, they always revert back to type, innit?
Yeah,
Do you
damn
get
right.
me?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
if you're arguing with someone and they're like, "Oh yeah, yeah, shut up, you fucking nigga," blah blah blah, that's reverting back to type, innit? Because those are your underlying actual feelings, innit?
Exactly,
Okay.
100%.
Everyone has a public mask what they put on in public, and then you have your at home thoughts in it. Do you get me? Like, oh, darky, black bastard, whatever.
Yeah, don't leave the house, innit?
Do you get what I'm saying?
Until you get mad
Then
or until you're drunk.
when anger kicks in, you revert back to type, man. Telling you straight. That's what he did.
Yeah,
So it could have been all smiles on the way into the plane, innit? But then the moment shit went going his way, bang,
yeah, it's calm.
started throwing that out, man.
Yeah, reverting back to type like my nan and that. Like when she answers the phone, she puts on a posh voice and that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
when
that's
she's
what I'm
vexed
saying.
about straight past her and that. Cussing man out. So
That's what I'm saying, man.
definitely revert back to type. That's programming that's installed in him. He can't turn around now and say, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not a racist after bare racist remarks."
So if it's not 1 year, why did he say it? Then? Do you get me?
It's embedded in him, man.
He didn't, he didn't say it for no reason. It's there, innit?
Exactly.
It's embedded in you, innit? Like you just trying to suppress it, innit?
And do you know
And
how?
then when
Yeah,
anger kicked in, it surfaced straight away.
yeah, quickly. And do you know what else shocked me? We live in this generation now where before someone intervenes, they pick up the camera. And I understand documenting something, especially something like that, like as evidence, you know what I mean? It needs to be documented. I get that. But if you're going to intervene, don't do it behind the camera. Get someone else to record it while you stop anything going on. You know what I mean? Someone could have stepped
Yeah.
in there. It took ages for that geezer. All right, fair play to my man that was sat behind him. He stood up and he was telling the guy to calm down. Someone should have been telling the staff to move her for starters. Someone should have intervened.
Should
Like,
have moved him.
somebody could have offered and said, "Look, she shouldn't be sitting next to him. Swap seats. I'll sit there to calm the situation." Or, fam, Chinese. Well, remember that Chinese geezer that got dragged off the flight? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
didn't even. I don't think he did anything. They wanted him to give up his seat, and because he wouldn't move, and he was on the phone to the airline saying, "I'm not moving. I've paid for my flight." Blah de blah de blah. Then dragging him off the flight, kicking and screaming. My man did nothing. Yet Ryanair just letting a racist geezer just sit there calm in the window seat. You know how many people want the window seat done?
But then now they're trying to give a sub story surrounding it, and it like, I'm sorry, and then they're saying. So in this article now in the Telegraph, they're trying to say it's been disowned by many family and friends.
I'm not surprised though. When your attitude, like, she don't kill me though. She's like, "Yes, stink." So
What
yeah,
he said, yeah, I probably lost my temper a bit.
yeah,
Do you
mate.
mean it?
Those are the key words, though, ain't it? Probably, maybe, might.
It says I'm absolutely, I'm not a racist person by any means. It's just a fit of temper at the time. So you get me? You don't really see the severity in what you're doing. You're just downplaying it. I was like, oh, yeah. It was just at the time, innit? Like, I just
Mhm.
lost my temper, innit? Like, calm.
Exactly.
But to be fair, the whole situation's sad to me. Like, the whole thing's sad. The people on the plane are sad. The staff at Ryanair are sad. Ryanair as a company are sad as well. You know what
Fam,
I'm saying?
the staff, one of the daughters spoke to the staff after to try and find out what was going on because obviously her mum was upset. And they were saying they didn't see anything. But if you look in the video, there's staff there.
So in that video, then really, like anyone who ain't seen it, I'm sure everyone's seen it. Just type it in on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
But The only geezer who stood up really was the geezer behind him, innit?
Yeah. And the cameraman had, I think he had something to say, but
Yeah,
didn't
the
do it.
cameraman was telling them to throw him off the flight, which
Yeah,
was true,
yeah.
which is
Very
what they
true.
actually should have done. Because say it was the other way around and it was her calling him a white, whatever. Do you get me? She wouldn't be on the plane, bro. She wouldn't be touching down nowhere.
Bro, remember when Crazy Titch got dragged off the plane? It
That's
got
what I'm
kicked off.
saying.
Him and
Like,
like Titch and all his boys got kicked off the flight for because of a verbal disagreement with someone, weren't it?
yeah. But
And
some saying you ain't touching down nowhere.
the whole geezers on the flight. But my man can sit there and racially abuse, and he was raising his voice, not like he was just sitting there all calm and inoffensive and whatever. He was rowdy, man.
It's a sad state of affairs to me because when you watch it, they're kind of they're pandering him to and well, they're pandering to him and
Yeah.
asking him if he's okay and that. Do you get what I mean?
But
It's mad.
he
And no
can't
one ain't saying nothing. They
he
should be
can't-
outraged by everyone on the plane saying, nah, fuck this. What you on about? Do you get me?
people just getting up and just moving.
People acting like they can't hear it, like they're deaf.
Yeah, like they can't see, and that's sad. Like the whole plane could have went against him. But
This is
clearly,
what I'm
these people
saying.
that are just getting up and moving, they must share the same views.
He didn't throw him off the flight, nothing. And to be fair, by this, he's lucky that she was with his daughter and that, man.
Imagine if she was with her son.
Bro, if I was on the plane, bro, it would have been a saga.
Yeah, serious.
it would
Nah,
have been a
serious.
saga, I'm telling you straight.
Seriously, he would have got brought back down to earth, and it.
But even a backdrop's dead because they didn't report it straight away. They only reported it because the video went viral.
Yeah.
So in that aspect,
think they
the person who recorded it, what's come about after it is kind of the best thing about the situation, and
Yeah,
like highlighting it
the
and
conversation.
yeah, and showing the world of it, and then showing RYANAIR's involvement in it. Not involvement, but how they dealt with it and how the staff dealt with it and what people are like in general in it. Like
Yeah,
passive, just sit there,
yeah.
not say nothing, can it? A wrong's a wrong. How can you hear a wrong like that and just sit there calm like you didn't hear nothing, but just looking forward with your head down?
Exactly.
That's weird to me. But
Walk
then even then,
as if you don't see anything, like it's invisible.
but that's what I'm saying. It's weird. So then even she's touchdown, they reported it straight away. And then like 2 days after the video's gone viral.
Something like that, yeah.
And then even then, who did it reported it to the Spanish authorities on it?
I don't think who reported it though. I don't think they reported it. I think
The police.
yeah. I think that Delsie Gayle and her daughter reported it, said something to RYANAIR, and then RYANAIR reported it to the police, and then it got referred to the Spanish police because it happened in Barcelona, was it?
Yeah.
It happened in Barcelona, so they're saying it's a crime over there and not over here, which I think is also dumb because he's on a flight from there to here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a British citizen. She's a British citizen.
What are Spanish authorities gonna do, bro? They ain't gonna do nothing.
They're probably more lenient about it than we are.
They ain't gonna do nothing. And then
I don't know their rules on racism over there. You know what I mean?
They're not very good. Let's just keep it up.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
And then this what I'm saying, he even said had the cheek to ask Delsie Gayle, who's the victim in this, do you accept his apology? You know, are you taking the piss?
Trust me. And she said like a good Christian, you know. She was like, the Lord says you must forgive and forget, but it's gonna take me some time.
Yeah, because some saying so he apologizes after the outrage. Then do you forgive him?
Nah, bro.
Mate, I don't know if racist is the right term. I think it's more prejudice, isn't it?
Yeah. Prejudice would be more fair, yeah.
Yeah, that would be a more fitting word. But if you weren't prejudiced, you wouldn't come out with them statements like that. Because you'd be aware of what you're saying on it.
Yeah, but then is it just me, or does he come across as if he's got some sort of learning disability?
Yeah, it does seem like something's wrong with him. But then, don't know, it still seems like an excuse to me. There ain't no excuse to me.
Nah, there's never an excuse.
But why would they be so comfortable to just sit like this in public, just calm, on a plane?
Must be the company he keeps, fam, for him to even consider it being okay.
That's what I'm saying. So what friends and that would have disowned him then?
Yeah,
Do you get me?
yeah.
But what I also noticed as well, like in the original, this could just be me being pedantic here.
Yeah.
In the original article by the Telegraph, right,
Mm.
on the 21st of October, right, in the article, they wrote the man was filmed calling a 77-year-old woman an ugly black bastard
Mm.
and shouting, "Don't talk to me in a foreign language, you stupid ugly cow," when she
Oh
spoke with a Jamaican
yeah.
accent. But in the article, they've wrote ugly black bastard. But when it got to the part where it says he replies, "I don't care whether she's fucking disabled or not," they've blanked out fucking,
Yeah.
and then the man then calls her an ugly fucking cunt. But they've blanked out fucking, and they've blanked out cunt. But they've wrote ugly black bastard in there. They haven't blanked it out.
Yeah.
But then in the articles now, where they've wrote about his apology,
They've blanked it out.
the passenger called Delsie Gayle an ugly black B, and it's blanked out. Do you get me?
Yeah. So they've kept. I've
So
obviously
why did I not blank it in the first
in
one?
the first place, yeah. Well, whether it's a typing error
That's not how. So
or
you,
it's intentional, but
that's weird to me.
it could be intentional, as in the case as they want it to impact the reader, so they've left it in there for impact purposes. You know what I mean?
But if you're doing it to provide context, why haven't you left all of it in?
Yeah, true.
So you've kept ugly black bastard in, but you've blanked out.
You blanked out everything else.
You blanked out cunt and that.
Yeah.
That's weird to me. But then now in all the articles after that, it's not in there.
Is bastard technically a swearing word though? Is it
Mm,
is it technically obviously we use it as an offensive term, but isn't
yeah,
it what's a bastard?
in that like
A child
someone who
without a father or
like
born out of wedlock.
yeah, out of a lot. But it's not just bastard though; it's ugly black bastard, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. If there's just if it's not a swearing word or swear word, how come they're blanking it out now then?
Yeah, very true.
But they're blanked out cunt.
They've received they've clearly received complaints about that.
They must have done. Because when you're reading it, you would have read ugly black bastard, innit?
Yeah.
And then when you got to the comp part, it's
Quite casually, and it
yeah. And when you got to the comp part, it's blanked out.
well they've still got it on YouTube. The Guardian have got it in the description. And it's the main highlight of it is of everything. A man on RYANAIR plane has been filmed calling a woman sitting in the same row an ugly black bastard. They're quite happily to put that out there, and
Why though?
it's calm.
But they're not calm to put cunt in there. Like, what's worse?
Yeah. So it's what's worse, exactly. But
Everyone's just reading it cash. Yeah, cool. They're ugly black. Have you seen this?
like it's okay. It's they're normalizing it, but
Yeah,
by
that's what I
putting it
mean.
there, they're normalizing it, and I get it 100% get what you're saying. But it's the same with was it Good Morning Britain? If you go on their YouTube and you
Yeah.
find the recent interview, I think the interview was from today, so it would have been on this morning. The description for their video is man who racially abused an elderly black passenger on board a RYANAIR flight apologizes. Now, really, if we're living in equal times,
Yeah.
the colour shouldn't even come into the description. It should be man who racially abused an elderly passenger on board a RYANAIR flight apologizes. You know what I mean?
But why they giving limelight to the fact that he apologized and that?
Exactly.
Like, why they pressing with that? Like, he apologized. Like, so what?
Exactly.
Do you get me? So what?
So he apologized and everything's okay all of a sudden.
So where's the Ryanair apology? Have they apologized?
They ain't gonna apologize, fam. I tell you what, though, Virgin showed them up because Virgin have offered like holidays and that.
My G, Richard and that.
Yeah, man. Obviously that is not gonna happen on a Virgin flight.
Of course it's not.
You know what I mean?
And go viral as well.
Exactly, bruv.
Having a giggle, man.
Exactly. So I don't-
Madness, you know.
it's a lot, man. There's a lot to take in surrounding the whole thing, and like, obviously it's upset her overall. You know what I mean? You can't. There's no compensating the the mental pain that she's felt from that. She's elderly. She's processing it probably a lot harder than we would being younger. Like, people have said some stuff to me, and it's like you either deal with it in the moment or you brush it off, innit?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, we've grown up with we've both grown up in, like, not far from areas where it's well known that they're racist areas.
Trust me, I'm making monkey noises on it.
Yeah, fam.
Bro,
Yeah, we've been in some incidents, you know what I'm saying? And
a few incidents.
we address it on the spot.
Few incidents, bro.
Or you brush it off, man, because there's just some people. Is it just me though, or is racism, like, the people that, not the institutional racism and racism higher up to suppress black people, but open, like, verbal racism? It comes from people that aren't as intelligent. Is it just me?
What do you mean by intelligent, though?
Like, with a lower IQ. Dumb people basically are openly racist. Like, they'll just shout shit.
Yeah.
They're not the brightest in the book. I've noticed that. You get what I'm saying? I'm like,
I get what you mean.
More verbally, like, someone with a lower IQ is more likely to verbally abuse you to your face than someone that's got a higher IQ will verbally because they've got the sense to know, if I say that to that, that's the reaction I'm going to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It's just something I've noticed.
No, I've noticed it, to be fair. But I feel like it's more back in the day, yeah. Like, it used to be proper, like, prevalent and that.
Yeah.
But it's got more underground now. Not underground, because people still are, but they're not. It's not as overt no more, innit?
Yeah.
Back in the day, if they had something to say, if a man wanted to make monkey noises, gonna make monkey noises, innit?
Yeah, in front of everybody.
Now I'd probably make jokes like the pub with his mate and that, innit?
Yeah. Or send them to his brethren on WhatsApp.
either as time's gone on, they've adapted and grown. Do you get me?
Yeah.
With culture and the way the world's going, or they got taught the lesson the hard way, innit?
Yeah, of course.
And from what I've come across, a lot of people have to learn the hard way, innit?
Yeah. You do. It's where the best lessons are learned.
Of course they are, bro.
It's, the most difficult times, and it burns into your memory, like your muscle memory and everything. Then
those who don't hear must feel, innit?
Trust me, dog.
But who's David Lammy, Labour MP for Tottenham?
Well, what's he saying?
He said, okay, boycott Ryanair if they think it's okay for a racist man to abuse an elderly black woman and remain on the plane. 63 years since Rosa Parks. Said no to sitting on the back of the bus and we ain't going back. Man said it ain't, Then you got Carl Turner, shadow attorney, general and Labour MP for East Hull, tweeted he should have been removed from the flight and handed over to the police.
Yeah.
Margaret Ferrier and MSP said, just watch the shocking footage on a Ryanair aircraft. Utterly disgusting. Racist male passenger should have been put off the flight before it departed.
Yep.
Flight attendant incapable of responding appropriately.
Yeah, because he was like playing up to the geezer.
That's what I'm saying. He was pandering to him.
My man, like, big time.
Then you got Jeremy Vine. This is the last one because there's a few in it.
Yeah.
This is Ryanair. They need to explain how this man's disgusting racial abuse of the black lady in the seat next to him ends up with her being asked to move. It is beyond belief.
You'd assume that Ryanair would train their staff on how to deal with conflicts, ain't it?
Yeah,
verbal. Yeah.
There's no resolution to that. The only resolution would have been just leave him at Barcelona airport.
Yeah, exactly. They should have dealt with that appropriately. But instead, obviously, they just want to take off and go home. And it's like any job, any. They want to go to work, get the job done, and leave. But you can't, man. Especially if you know people are recording. You're repping the company. That's on his head. Like, they've probably lost jobs and shit now.
It's on order.
Anyway.
They're probably doing a course, innit?
Oh, yeah, they're going to be put on a course now, yeah.
But then...
Recognize racism.
Even on the 21st, yeah, Ryanair tweeted, we are aware of this video and have reported this matter to Essex Police. That's it.
Yeah, and so we can't comment on it any further. Any, they're just covering themselves, bro.
No empathy, nothing, bruv.
And it's all good. People saying, "Oh, we'll boycott Ryanair," but when if their flights are the cheapest, yeah, you can end up going with them.
Born in Ryanair. Anyway, I was meant to go on holiday and that
Yeah.
before. I fucking all the staff went on strike, man.
Ah, fucked you over with a pay.
And offered me some alternative flight on some next day, but wanted me to pay that extra £220 and that. I'm
Dickheads.
thinking it's your fault. It's not my fault. I'm not underpaying and stuff. I'm like,
Well, who was the airline not long ago? It's near enough the same thing. They went on strike, and the company was saying that they're not refunding anybody's flights or anything.
I don't know, you know.
That's happened recently. I heard that on the news recently. Fuck knows who it was though. It might have been Ryanair.
Probably, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest.
Nah, Roma. And they got like dead leg room anyway right now.
Yeah, dead legging,
Yeah.
scrape,
No,
kneecaps or grazed, doesn't that when you come out?
come off after holiday, broke up and
Yeah. What's the geezer's name from the thing?
David Mesher.
Yeah. You better hope he don't get no freaking no mail bombs, man.
Jeez. Yeah, but he's a Trump supporter, so he ain't getting no mail bomb. Oh man. I don't even know what to say about that fucking mail bomb shit, man.
What's wrong with Americans, bro?
These or any, I don't know, man. But
What's wrong with them?
these Trump supporters, bro. And that's all I can like. It must be
Man's diehard Trump and that
gone in their head.
to the core, you know, to the point where it's like, fuck it, I start putting bombs in the mail and that.
But they weren't. Who did he send? He sent them to Hillary Clinton, Obama.
Some former Attorney General Eric Holder, and then CNN, New York CNN.
He's my man, the bad boy Italian actor, not Danny DeVito, the other one.
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro got one at his restaurant. I think there was like, was it 11 or 12 of them?
I think so.
All outspoken against Trump.
Yeah, people that criticize Trump. They got
Yeah.
get me.
So what was it? What was the goal, man?
Trump's right hand on the case and that. What would be his goal though? I don't really know.
What was he hoping to gain? Because obviously he's going to get nabbed, especially if he's sending stuff to Hillary Clinton and Obama. You're asking to get nabbed.
But he's been caught now, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then if you send in mail bombs to people that have openly criticized Trump, and then you drive around in a van with Trump stickers all over it, that's dumb, isn't it?
Stupid, Dan.
That's dumb. But it's so dumb that it makes me question it, innit? Like, I'm like, is that a real thing? That's dumb.
Distraction, man. I'm telling ya.
Bro, it can't be that dumb. I send mail bombs and then have a Trump stickers all over my car.
Yeah. I just make it that bait for everyone to catch.
Bait it up. You get me?
How many days was it? Sent 12 bombs. Was it like 2 or 3 days? Was it 2 days?
Few days, bro. How did he get there just on that?
Exactly. Just calm. He's nah, man. Don't believe it. That's bullshit. That's a distraction. That is. Take away from fucking Trump support of Saudi.
Even Trump saying it's a false flag, innit?
Yeah.
Because what's Trump, Republican?
Is it?
Is he a Republican?
Oh, I'm shit with politics, you know.
Is it? Shall I ask Google God or not?
That's the Google gods, man.
Let's have a look then.
I know he's a dickhead. Don't know what side he represents.
I don't know.
Caesar Sayak. He don't even sound like he's friggin'. He should be a Trump supporter.
I was gonna say salad at the end.
Caesar salad. And he was
John.
identified by a fingerprint as well.
That's so dumb, innit?
It's too convenient, man.
It's dumb, man.
It's way too convenient.
I'm trying to find it, man.
Unless it comes out that's a bigger picture to this whole scenario.
I'm trying to find the part what Trump said. As a summary, he's basically saying it's a false flag, innit?
Yeah.
If he's a Republican, he's saying Republican doing well in the votes.
Mm.
So it's convenient that this event coincides with that, innit?
Yeah, yeah.
They're saying Democrats have been trying to what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? When you try fuck up someone's shit and that.
Sabotage.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
And a sabotage, innit?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
telling Republicans to still go out and vote, innit?
Yeah.
But it would be convenient for that to
Very
happen at the
convenient.
same time, innit?
Way too convenient, bro. So telling you.
Why you reckon it's a false flag?
Yeah, man. I just think it's a distraction technique.
What, from Saudi?
Probably yeah, Trump, man. Trump's probably played the geezer. And then it's because you got to think about it. It's that because of who he's targeted, big names. Every single person is going to be talking about that. Like my attention went from that Saudi thing straight to this. I couldn't even tell you what's going on in that Saudi case right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Trump was supporting that Saudi thing. Like they dropped out that stupid frigging explanation about him dying in a fist fight, and Trump was like, "Yeah, I believe it. Sounds right to me." I'm glad that they finally come forward and that they're being honest with us. Everyone skipped over that.
Yeah, that's true.
Because my man started dropping bombs.
But if the votes are going on and it's happened, then it's convenient, innit? So it could be
yeah.
it could just be to fear mongering, innit?
Yeah.
Try and deter people from voting for Trump kind of thing. So yeah. Look what happens when
When you do it.
you speak out against Trump or you're against Trump or whatever, innit?
Yeah. Well, there was people saying that the bombs were duds, and that they weren't even real. I don't know the facts on that.
I don't really know.
The
It's Americans, isn't it?
Yeah, the one that was sent to CNN though had explosives and was packed with broken glass. So even if you didn't get caught in a blast, you get damaged, didn't it?
Because I'm sure Trump's openly criticized CNN as well.
Yeah.
About the rhetoric that they spew about him.
Yeah.
It's so mad. So politics, isn't it?
The world we live in, man.
It's mad, to be fair.
It's mental. You can't even believe what you're being told.
But I just find it weird that you'd send bombs and then drive around in a Trump van.
Yeah.
Leave your fingerprints and shit like you want to get caught.
Yeah, he wanted to get caught. Come on, if he was serious about what he was doing, you'd know I'm gonna be gloved up. You'd know that, all right, then if I send packages to these high profile people, they're gonna go through security clearance, they're gonna get checked. Like he wanted it in the news. He could have bombed a frigging polling station where he knows that there's a load of people that will vote against Trump, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In certain states. There's a million other things that he could have done, but he went for the high profile. He made himself he highlighted himself in that van. You know what I mean? Look at me. He left fingerprints. They caught him within a couple of days, man. This geezer weren't serious. To me, it's a distraction, man.
It's either not true, the geezer's a knob, or he was very arrogant in what he was doing.
And if he was arrogant, has he done it before? If he was that confident to be driving around in a van like that.
But that doesn't make sense to me.
And I swear,
I'm having a hard time just like fitting everything together and thinking that makes sense.
I want to see if I can find a picture of these bombs because they didn't look like they look like professional fucking bombs, bro. All right, if I pull that
CNN and Trump have got ongoing feud in it, like CNN
yeah,
are blaming Trump.
right. I'm gonna Gonna screen share. Look at this. Look at this
Go
bomb.
on.
Tell me that looks amateur.
Don't know what that looks like. It's
Can,
like a
you,
vapor, man.
can you see my mouse? Can you see my
Yeah,
mouse?
yeah.
Right. This bit here, that's where the glass is packed in on both ends.
Yeah.
Right. The explosives here down the middle,
Yeah.
and that's your timer there. So obviously, when the timer counts down, blows explosives, broken glass as well as the explosion. Center, whoever, I think that was, yeah, that's CNN, Time Warner, CNN. So that was the one that was sent to CNN.
Yeah.
They don't look like that's the X-ray of it. See, I think there's broken glass around the explosive as well.
Oh, what's that black bit there? Is that nails or something?
Which these?
Nah, on the left.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not part of the bomb.
Oh, is it not?
No, that's the long pipe bit's the actual bomb. I don't know what that is next to it. Might be, fuck knows. But it don't look like some amateur bomb that someone like frigging any Tom, Dick, or Harry could make. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That looks like someone who knows what they're doing. I only put a frigging ISIS piss take flag on there. So it's not the actual ISIS flag, but he's tried to make it seem as if it was ISIS with some dickhead thing. Don't know, man.
Don't know, man, because there's just back and forth in America, and it's so like Trump's blaming CNN, CNN's blaming Trump, but not blaming CNN, they're criticizing them, saying there's involvement. Then you got other people saying Trump's tweets are admissions that he hates America. Trump saying it's a false flag. So it's a back and forth between him and these organizations, really, isn't it?
Yeah. But it has been from the start with him in his organisation, and look at all the stuff that's been pulled up in the investigations and people
Yeah, that's true.
in, and that just comes with him, and he's just a fucking idiot, man. There's no two ways about it, man. He's a fucking idiot.
I don't know. See with him, I don't really know, man. I have cognitive dissonance with him, man, because I hear bad things, but I hear opposites. I hear the good things as well. Do you get
Fam,
me? Like,
he's
there's two sides to the coin. So I'm unsure. I don't really know enough about him. But then it's like Kanye West at that one stage. Every rapper was
was
mentioning
talking
Trump
about it.
in their lyrics
Yeah.
and that.
But that's
And
because
then when he becomes president, he's a dickhead. Is that.
he's a fucking brilliant businessman. There's no debating that when it comes to business, he's a fucking G. But he's a shit president. I don't know what else to say about it, man. His decision making, the stuff that he puts out, like he doesn't think about what he's saying when it comes to the media. He just says he'll say anything. Like this 10% pay cut for middle earning people. So middle class people, he's on about giving them a 10% tax cut. That's it. And obviously it has to go through Congress and they have to vote on it. But he's on the TV saying, I'm giving you this 10% tax cut. And a reporter saying, but Congress are closed because of the votes. And he's saying, now I'm gonna do it. He's saying he's doing
the
it anyway.
other side in it, like they put the tariff on steel in it. On importing steel, so they've in-housed it in it, so they're producing their own steel in it. But then, from what I've heard as well, is that like he's lowered the unemployment rate on that.
Yeah, that's calm.
Whether that's diverse or not is a different story. But these are things. So
business, there ain't no second guessing. He's a businessman, and I think I don't know, man. Do you even think he expected to be president when he was running for it?
I don't really know what he expected to be.
What do you think he thought, fuck it, I'm going for it, see what happens, and he's fell into it, and now he's just winging it.
Probably just winging it, man. I don't really know what he's doing. I'm don't really keep up to date with him. The only time I hear something about him is bad, innit?
Yeah, yeah.
But then with
Yeah,
media platforms and all that, I'm always like apprehensive to take on what they've said about someone if they're always saying something in a negative light in it. Because I've seen it done before in it. This
yeah,
person's this person's that. Do you get me?
yeah, 100%.
We've done it with Putin, friggin' Gaddafi, Bin Laden. Who else? What's the geezer from Syria called again? Assad.
It's sad.
Is that his name? I can't remember his name.
I
Man.
think it is. Hold on. Yep, a Syrian politician. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not saying these are all perfect, like role models on that, or perfect officials or whatever.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But the media, yeah, it's true, man.
But the media just gives you one side of the story in it, one narrative in it. But then when you
Yeah,
look beyond the means of Western media, the narrative's different.
massively. What's that? One Al Jazeera.
Yeah, Al Jazeera, RT.com and that.
Yeah, I love Al Jazeera either.
It gives you a balance to the argument, because you have the
Every
Western view, and
Basically
then
everything we've fed every day
yeah,
versus an outsider's opinion.
that's what I'm saying.
So you need that.
But I'm always wary of someone the media always praises in it, because the media platforms and that, they're not trustworthy.
9 times out of 10, whoever the media praises, something comes out dark in the
Yeah.
long run that we should have known a long time
And
ago.
if they're criticizing someone all the time, I'm always why you criticizing them all the time, innit? There's
Yeah,
something
yeah, yeah. They must do some sort of good.
there's something else in it. That's what I'm saying. Or maybe they just don't fit in with your agenda. So you're
Mm,
trying to downplay it. Dismissive of someone.
exactly.
So you got to keep your wits about your son.
Always. Freaking
Always.
always, always, always. Got anything else we need to touch?
Nah, short and sweet one, innit?
Mm. Well, Turkey's demanding extradition of the 18 suspects accused of Mr. Khashoggi's murder.
What's happening with that?
So, the Turkish, is it the prime minister? It's the prime minister, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
President.
so.
Yeah, he wants the 18 suspects extradited to Turkey for prosecution.
They ain't gonna happen though.
There ain't been much more about it.
It's gone cold, innit?
Yeah, Khashoggi's son, he's gone to USA, but the Saudi were trying to stop him from leaving Saudi Arabia. But now he's gone to the US. So he's probably gone to speak to people. Turkey reckon it was premeditated. There ain't much more to it, bruv. They
But
like
Saudi and Turkey don't like each other, innit?
nah, that's what I mean. So it's like
Gonna be
the Turkish prime is it the prime minister
just
or is
we'll
it the
go with that for now.
yeah?
It's
Well,
one or the other.
he was going at the next for Saudi. Like he wants them to drop themselves in it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he was trying to make people cut ties or put them in a bad light, which is the truth. The truth will come out eventually.
Because he's got some ammo to use to paint him in a bad light, in it. So
Yeah, he's probably got his own
he's
agenda
just gonna
with
play
people
on it. Yeah.
dropping that information.
Within the agenda, in it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see, man. But it's been what? Is it 3 weeks now?
Yeah. It's not has it even been mentioned over the last few days?
It's same old stuff. The attention's changed to Khashoggi's son.
Bombing.
It changed to his son around this story and about Turkey wanting extradition. But apart from that, fam, the trial's gone dead. Everybody's attention has been turned to the bombings.
Be something else next week, anyway.
Exactly. But it's just mad, isn't it? How a story like that, we're all waiting for the outcome of that story, and because something big has come out, the trial's gone cold. It's like all the news.
I guess put on a back burner, in it.
It's done now. We might never know what's happened, and it's just going to get swept under the rug.
Onto the new story. It's gonna sell more papers, isn't it?
Exactly. So we're going to break the news. What's happening next? We've had this in Saudi. We've had bombs in the US. Something big's going to break here about Brexit.
We're seeing it.
I'm waiting for something big to happen over here about Brexit, because that's gone quiet as well, and it really, unless you're following it,
Yeah.
it's not madly in the news.
No, it's not. But then it's gonna depend on what kind of media platforms you follow. In it. ITV and all them. There's gonna be changing every day, innit?
Yeah. Very true.
Probably have to be watching like BBC Parliament and that.
Very true.
Them way there.
Oh wow. On a brighter note, fam, have you watched
Go on.
freaking the Sue Surf battle yet?
Nah.
Killing
Today.
it, bruv.
Today's the day.
Okay. You watched DNA and JC?
Nah, but I had bare views in like one day, so I was like, yo. I like JC though, if it's who I think it is.
JC, he's like a vet that looks like a kid.
Is JC the one that raps like Daylight? Or is that JP?
That might be JP.
With the like husky voice, he's a spit bare metaphor.
JC's like, he looks young, but he's not. He looks really young, but he ain't.
Because JP's the one with the glasses, yeah.
Hold
and
on.
it spits like Daylight.
Might be.
Hold on a minute.
What platforms?
JC's shows on URL.
In my head, I can't think.
JP, let's put try King of the Dot.
I'm up. There.
Not even JP.
Nah, it can't be.
What's his name?
You lost me, bruv.
I'll find it off air, innit?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Nah, but
what the fuck are these two going on about?
DNA and JC, that's another good one.
I'll watch it, man.
That's another shocker.
I'll watch it, man.
So there's two good battles for you from the same event as well.
Yeah, I'll watch it tonight, man.
URL's coming to London.
When?
Coming to the UK.
When?
I sent you what you mean about when? I sent you the links, bruv.
Yeah, something those links.
I wasn't about going.
When is it?
Smack in London. We looked at the prices. I was like, fuck that.
No, you sent me the link and then straight after you was like, nah.
Nah.
It's calm stuff.
Fam, it's like nearly £100, and then you got a. It's like.
Oh, I thought you meant you was gonna buy like the pay-per-view and that.
Nah, pay-per-views calm. I think that's about 30. Don't mind doing that if it's gonna be like the man them get together and watch it. I'm cool with that. But then you've got now they're actually coming to London. I think the tickets are about £80 per head. But then you've got to think of traveling down there, and then you'd want to stay up there, innit? Yeah. It's during the day, you know.
The day.
Yeah. It's during the day as well. 10th of November starts at 1 o'clock at the Steel Yard.
What, outside of that?
Yeah, £82.50 for a ticket.
It would depend largely on who's battling, man.
They're bringing the guns out, man.
Who's the guns out? Like Mafaffa and that.
Like, and Hollow the Don. John the Don.
John John's working, bro.
Hey, Rock. Fuck off, Don. You're telling me John John's working? Nah, why though? I think John John's one of the most underrated.
I think it's boring. His rounds bore me, man. I'm always checking the time. Like, how long's left of this?
Yeah, nah, that is. Nah, to be fair, I understand it a bit because certain rounds, but I think he's got some of the most underrated rounds in URL. I think he's fucking hard, man. Some of his bars and that and his rounds, and it's just like he just gets overlooked.
I hate when rappers try to set up. They've got to set up, and they always try like end on a high.
The free bar set up and punch.
And then when a punch and the stop, like the one reaction on it.
Yeah, and they don't get it.
Instead of just rapping around through.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah. Expect reaction on it.
Yeah, and when it gets to where they're like, yeah, and it was Captain Crunch, and then it's just silent and that.
Oh, they'll get it later.
Oh, Captain Crunch, you didn't get it. Wake up, shut up.
Yeah,
wake up. Just whack. You're sleeping, man. Just whacking it.
Just go at it, and Just bars. If people need to catch it later, you don't need to tell them they're going to catch it later.
Trust me.
But I'm glad Sue's back, man. I'm glad
I'll watch it. I'll watch it tonight.
he's just, he just hurt me.
I love a butcher's like.
I'm a butcher's kid.
I'm trying to find the geezer's name, man.
You ain't going to find it now. You could
I'll
get
find it, man.
Get
I'll
lost.
find it. When we end this, I'll find it. And I'll tell you his name.
Ah, who's the other one coming to London? He's from, what's his name? He's from King of the Dot. He's one of the big names.
Pat Stay.
Pat Stay.
Jesus.
Pat Stay. Who's he? He's battling Tay Rock.
Jesus.
Oh,
Might
no.
have to go on
10th of November, then.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, shout, man.
Shout, man.
I'm tempted. Obviously, probably I wouldn't stay out there as much.
Might as well continue this convo off here.
Yeah, might as well. So that's what, episode 2.
Episode numero 2, innit?
Yeah, man. Unapologetic.
Done now.
Man.
Skria.
We out in a bit.
Boy. Bye now.